Hi there, my name's Ben, and today we're going to talk about the importance of single-serving friends. Now, what is a single-serving friend, you may ask? I recently watched Fight Club right before my travels. As you can tell, I'm still currently on vacation, and of course, our narrator has to travel all around the country, and he has in the interactions that he has with the people who are sitting next to him, he calls them single-serving friends. People who you sit next to on the airplane who you're probably never going to see in the rest of your life. But, for that small moment of time that you're together and you can't really move because the plane is full, you're sat next to this person. So, hey, why not hold a conversation with them? So, why are they important? I think they're important because they serve not just as a great practicing ground if you are a little bit more introverted and you want to let's say practice yourself and introducing yourself to more people and so on and so forth. But I think that they, again, as different human beings, they offer a remarkable perspective as well. You are two people who are going to the same place. And it's just a fertile breeding ground for lovely conversation. I was lucky enough on my travels here to have not one, but two wonderful conversations with the lady sat next to me. And it was absolutely fascinating. I learned so much from both of them. Mainly, but it all starts with this. One, you have to sort of read the room, in that sort of a sense. It's very difficult. It can be very difficult sometimes to make that first move into speaking with someone, especially unfortunately speaking, as captive as they are. They may not want to speak to anybody. They may have their headphones in. They may not want to talk to you. They may not want to talk to anybody. They're probably tired or, eager to get home or to go on their vacation or all of it. So it's really, really important to sort of use your gut and feel it out and just be like, does this person seem receptive enough to talk to, right? And then, you can break ice however you want it. A little quip, or if you have a snack, offer it to them or whatever. I'm not going to go into essentially how to talk to somebody beside you on an airplane. But just, again, know that, read it, see what, this person kind of seems that they want to be left alone. Probably best not to talk to them. Don't talk to them. But if you do end up talking to them, I'm saying there is probably no better conversation that you can have. I've done a fair bit of traveling in my lifetime, and I've spoken to a fair few people on airplanes as well. And for some reason, they're always really, really good. They're always really good conversations. And unfortunately, I've never ended up meeting these people or seeing these people again, but they've always have left a lasting impression on me. I remember I was speaking to a gentleman actually on my way when I was living here, on my way back from France. And we were both speaking, and he turned out to love jazz music. I love jazz music as well. So essentially it was a 2.5 hour flight from, I think it was Montreal to Halifax, before we went to St. John's. And we were just talking about jazz the whole time. I learned a bunch of different artists, which I still listen to this day. And it was an unbelievably wonderful conversation to have. So let's bring it all back. Why are single-serving friends important? Why is it important to at least try to interact with them? Or if we do interact with them, why is this important? We're never going to see them again. What's the point in talking with someone that you're never going to see again, or so on and so forth? Firstly, I think that's that line of questioning. What's the point in talking to someone if you're never going to see them again? I mean, if anything, in my view, you because you're not going to ever see them again, that's why you should talk to them. So that way you can at least learn what you can from them, or maybe they can learn something from you. And there is that exchange of value that happens between the two of you. Now, why are they so important? Why should we care? I don't want to talk to anybody on a plane. Sure, I'm not saying you have to. Just saying that interaction in and of itself, as a microcosm, is very, very important. It's because, again, it is two random people who are, for lack of a better word, bound to their seats, side by side, going to a shared destination, right? So almost as though they have the threads of life are going, they intersect and they're joining, and then as soon as you get to your destination, boom, they leave. So for that critical period of time where you don't have a whole lot, you can learn a whole bunch. I mean, just recently speaking, I learned from one of the ladies who's sitting next to me. I learned a lot about museums, and I learned a lot about archaeological curation and the different challenges of, building an exhibit for a museum. And I think that was really, really cool. It's something that, of course, I love visiting museums as well. Maybe I should do a video on that. But again, I would have really had to look, and if I was wanted to learn more about it, I would have to go probably to the university in my town, find an archaeology professor and speak about all this. How lucky was I, just by random chance, to have a bona fide archaeologist sitting right next to me that I can ask all these questions to. And I think it was, I certainly very much enjoyed the conversation, and I would like to thank her so much for speaking with me as well, if she ever watches it. Shout out Kate. Go visit her at the colony of Avalon if you're ever in Fairyland. But yeah, I think that interaction is important because it brings out what's so great and what's so good about humanity, I think. Because you've got two random people, they don't know each other, but you're coming together, and I know there's always that cliche, we're solving all the world's problems by having these deep conversations. But really, it's because there's not a whole lot of time that you two are interacting together. There's no bullshit, for lack of a better word. You get straight down to the nitty-gritty. And that's what I love about those types of interactions. That's why I think they're so important, because they're honest. They're honest, they're truthful. There's no bullshit, no strings attached, no nothing. If you end up meeting them again, hey, now you have a new friend, you have someone who you can speak to. If not, at least you've learned something of value. And at least you've gotten another human being's perspective. And I think that for two people to come together in that way, where the conversation is so honest, is something that is sorely lacking in a lot of our communication now. And I think that the reason why single serving friends are so important is because we should all strive to communicate as we do with our single serving friends. No bullshit, no, for lack of a better word, no fucking around, straight to brass tacks, shoot straight, and, get to the bottom of an issue and solve a problem or learn something new. Let me know what you think, though. When you travel, do you speak to the person sitting next to you on the plane, the train, or the bus? If so, is it to learn something, or is it just because you're like me and you can't, and you have a compulsion to talk? What did you learn? The better question is, what was the most impactful single-serving friend interaction that you've had? If you've had one, let me know what they were in the comments below and we can talk about it. Thank you so much for watching.